this time we're going to do overview of application packet of ACSI certificate program. First, we are going to take a look at ACSI certificate application form. Second, we are going to take a look at ACSI certificate requirement checklist. What you see now is our ACSI certificate application form, and there are 3 sections, and we are going to take a close look at one by one. First section is about your personal information, and I want you to note that when you write your name, you need to write your name as on your passport. Please remember that. And there is another section about desired certificate. This is what kind of certificate you are going to apply through this application form. And number 1, it's about teacher certificate. Number 2, that's about principal certificate. And number 3, that's about school counselor certificate. And I want you to remember, for school counselor certificate application, that is available only for MACC students. And for principal certificate, you have freedom to choose whatever you want, elementary, secondary, or all levels. But please remember, in order to get all levels, you need to take more courses, and there are some more requirements for that one. And number 1, about the teacher certificate, this is a little bit complicated, but I want to remember the one thing. You can apply for elementary and secondary and all levels teacher certificate according to your major in your undergrad education. For example, if your major is early childhood education or elementary education or education, then you could apply for elementary. And if your major in your undergrad education is English or math or science, then you could apply for secondary teacher certificate. And then you could mark beside secondary section. And then you could write down your major in your graduate education. And if your major is Bible or theology or music, art, physical education, computer science, foreign languages or so, then you could mark beside all levels. I mean, you could apply for all levels teacher's certificate. The second section is about registration fee information. Please refer to the table for the entire ACSI certificate program procedure. And I just want to know about the total fee. 350,000 won for all applicants except school counselor certificate applicants, and 165,000 won for school counselor certificate applicants. And the last section is about required signature, and you could sign and write down the date of the application. And please do not matter about the last section, because that is office use only. The second one that we are going to take a look at is ACSI certificate requirement checklist. We are going to take a look at each requirement one by one together from now on. And before that, I want you to remember this one, that you need to mark out this page and submit this page to TTCM upon completion of all your requirements. So you do not need to complete all the following requirements before your application. The first requirement, that's about required document. And you need to submit all the documents no later than November 1st of your final year. There are 6 kinds of documents that we require. Number 1, that's about application form that we just took a look at together. You need to submit this one no later than May 15 every year. The second document is official transcript. All college and graduate school transcripts are required. And please submit your official transcript from TTGU with the registered course list of your final semester. Third document, that is certificate of your graduation. So the certificates from all degrees are required to submit unless your transcript endorses your degrees. And the fourth one, that's current CV. And fifth one, that's verification of experience if applicable, and a copy of it or a letter from your supervisor is acceptable. And the final document, that's teacher certificate if applicable, and a copy of the teacher certificate is acceptable. This one was about required document in the first one. The second requirement, that is about the philosophy of Christian school education, and you need to complete no later than November 1st of your final year 2. There are 3 things about this requirement. Number 1, that's about philosophy of Christian school education DVD review session. And number 2, that is about 5 book reviews and reflection papers and the books about philosophy of Christian school education. And the final thing, that is a written assignment on your own philosophy of Christian school education. And the third one, that's about practicum, so-called practical field education 1 and 2. So this part is required for all applicants but school counselor certificate applicants. And the last one, that's about required courses. And there are some little differences for teacher certificate and principal certificate and school counselor certificate. And for detailed information, please refer to ACSI Information Board from TTGU website. Thank you for listening.